In this forecast, storms may fire up across North Texas later this afternoon. Isolated large hail and damaging wind gusts may be possible. And a monster heat wave is coming to North Texas. And high relative humidity will make it even feel warmer outside. Everybody, welcome back to a North Texas Weather Center forecast, and today what we're going over is that potential for a few severe thunderstorms tomorrow night, as we do have an increase in temperatures, an increase of humidity, and we also have a chance for that cap to break, which may initiate a few supercell storms, might produce some large hail, and as well as maybe even some microburst winds if a storm is able to become strong enough. And again, we're going to go over the timing for you and how many people will see these storms. It will be on the low end, so we're not going to see a widespread event by any means, but we're going to get into that right now. So as you can see, the Storm Prediction Center has issued a marginal risk of severe weather across southwestern DFW, and this is relatively a small area that we're talking about. It only includes about 10 counties or so. It's not really large by any means. Mineral Wells, west of Fort Worth, Cleburne, Stephenville, and just west of Waco are included in that potential for maybe an isolated severe storm or two tomorrow night. Now, this is not a guarantee. Now, the big thing is going to be, is the cap going to weaken enough? The temperatures are forecasted to get into the low to mid 100s across southwestern DFW tomorrow, which should be enough to break the cap and maybe bring a couple of severe thunderstorms. So that's what's being monitored as of right now for that potential for some severe storms tomorrow. Take a look at the temperatures out there tomorrow morning. We're going to start out very hot out there. I mean, it's going to be in the upper 60s and low 70s, so it's definitely going to be warm out there. Factor in the humidity, you'll feel even warmer. Eventually by the afternoon, you can see by 4 o'clock here in DFW, we're only going to be in the low to mid 90s, so I don't really expect much of any storm activity here. Can't rule out maybe a passing shower during the mid to late evening hours, but that would be about it. Closer out to the west, you can see this area that we're watching closely tomorrow afternoon, where that storm development is likely. Temperatures will get into the low to mid 100s. You can see here on your screen 103, 104 in those areas just west of Waco. That is why the cap is potentially going to break tomorrow, and again bring that chance for some severe weather as well. Take a look at the dew points as well tomorrow morning. We're going to start out pretty humid out there. I mean, it's going to be in the low to mid 60s here in DFW. Down to the south, more like the low to mid 70s. So it's going to be very humid. All that humid air is going to rise into DFW later tomorrow. As you can see by 3 o'clock, those dew points into the mid 70s, excuse me. So it's going to be very humid out there without a doubt near Cleburne and just southwest of Weatherford. So again, a lot of humidity is going to come out of this, and that is the area again that we're watching for the potential for a few showers or storms to develop tomorrow afternoon. Take a look at the lapse rates. Now, in terms of a hail threat, the hail threat is possible. However, the hailstone sizes will probably not be that large. We're expecting maybe a couple of strong updrafts, but the problem is the lapse rates are not that high. We're looking at 7.5 degrees per kilometer with the potential maybe for those lapse rates to go up. So again, it's not really high by any means, so there might be an isolated storm that produces some large hail, but again, it's not going to be anything beyond maybe $quarter to half dollar size out of those storms. Take a look at that future radar heading into Saturday. We should stay dry again during the morning hours. By about 4 o'clock, maybe even a couple of storms developing by then. By 5, you can see those storms fire up. Again, that's going to be dependent on if the cap breaks. By about 6 o'clock, storms move through again western portions of DFW. They're going to be very slow moving, mainly due to the fact that there's very weak shear. So these storms are not going to be moving fast by any means. By 7 o'clock, they start to already fizzle out. So by basically peak of daylight heating, that'll be the best time for any of these storms to develop, and by 8 o'clock we should basically be drying out. Again, maybe a passing shower in DFW, but I don't really expect anything in terms of severe storms or anything like that in the DFW metroplex, and that explains why this area is just such a small risk again heading into tomorrow. Take a look at the precipitation heading into Sunday. There might be an isolated shower or storm on Sunday as well, primarily west of I-35. Heading into Monday, we might have a little bit better of a chance for a few showers or storms. You can see here on the European Mall popping up with maybe a storm or two. Again, maybe a possible marginal threat of severe weather, but it's going to be pretty low end. I would expect the best threat to be in central Texas. Eventually by Tuesday, you can see a better chance for showers and storms, especially back out to our west. We will monitor this very closely for you just in case there is some severe weather. And eventually by Wednesday, we should stay dry. Thursday as well, Friday. Our next big system is expected by around next Saturday or Sunday, so this will be a day to watch as well, maybe next weekend with some storm chances again returning. This forecast is brought to you by Platinum Contracting, all debts repair in the Dashner Law Firm.